I don't know, Peter. I'm not sure I can do this. Meg, get out of the way.
This video was made possible by my patrons, Joshua Bartlett, James Schubach, and Hector Defendi. Thank you so much to all of you. Hello everyone, this is My Two Cents. Today we're going to be talking about sexual harassment and how to prevent it. In particular, we're talking about a few supermodels who think that the best way to teach men that women aren't pieces of meat is, well, to show off just how sexy they are in some bikinis made out of meat. The Huffington Post reports, some contestants in a Brazilian beauty pageant dedicated to finding the nation's best behind are protesting sexual harassment, and they're doing it with a photo op straight out of Lady Gaga's handbook. The infamous Miss BumBum Brazil pageant takes place Monday evening in Sao Paulo. As part of the hype, 5 of the women whose keisters are competing decided to pose in beef Kinis, reminiscent of the all-meat dress Gaga wore to the 2010 MTV Video Music Awards. The photos are being used for the official invites to the posterior pageant, now in its 7th year. So, in light of the Harvey Weinstein scandal and all the additional attention that's been drawn to the issue of sexual harassment and sexual assault, these beautiful ladies want to speak out. They want to let men know they are not pieces of meat to be devoured for male pleasure. And they are doing so by parading themselves around looking sexy in meat bikinis so that all the pervert teenage boys out there can jack it to them. I'm struggling to follow the logic here. Just a few things to say up front. First, sexual assault is absolutely wrong, and the perpetrators of this heinous crime deserve to be punished. Of course, by that I mean actual sexual assault, like rape. But second, just because a woman dresses scantily clad, that does not mean she is responsible for being assaulted any more than you would be responsible for being robbed if you wore an expensive Rolex. Criminals are responsible for the decisions that they choose to make regardless of what their victims did. And anyone who's familiar with my channel knows that I always stress that you and you alone are responsible for the decisions that you make regardless of what anyone else does. However, focusing on that issue, may I say that, well, what criminals do is their responsibility. You are still responsible for the decisions that you make, and those decisions might be stupid given the reality that we live in. So let me propose a hypothetical scenario. Suppose I am a very wealthy person living in a big city where there has been a surge of robberies. I feel like more people need to speak out against how wrong robbery is and how rich people don't deserve to be stolen from just because they're rich. So, genius that I am, I have a coat made for myself entirely out of $100 bills, and wearing it along with all my most expensive jewelry, I start to walk around the robbery high neighborhoods in order to protest robbery. Think for a minute. What exactly is going to happen to me?
All right, boys, the best targets are old rich people. There's one now. Go get him.
Oh no, there's no police here to help me. I hope you don't find the money strapped to my thigh.
Now, assuming I get robbed, and I probably will, it was still wrong for the person who robbed me to rob me. However, does anyone really feel sorry for me? I mean, I did deliberately put myself in a situation where it was highly likely that I would get robbed. Now, I think oftentimes the same thing ends up being true when it comes to sexual harassment. Honestly, I think if a woman is sexy and she wants to flaunt it, go ahead. You should be free to make your own decisions, and being a beautiful bikini-clad woman may help you get ahead in life in many respects. However, when men catcall you all the time and give you looks like hungry dogs, you really can't complain. Any reasonable person ought to know that that's going to happen if you dress sexy and flaunt it. Is it fair? Maybe not, but then life isn't fair. You can't control what other people do. You can only control what you do. This reminds me of an incident that occurred a while back where pop star Ariana Grande got mad when a fan told her boyfriend that it was so awesome that he got to hit that, speaking about Ariana. She was terribly offended, and she lashed out online about how she is not just a piece of meat. However, when you sing songs about getting screwed so hard that you're walking side to side and you dance around dressed like a hooker on stage, I wouldn't really be surprised when men start objectifying you. Men are always going to drool over beautiful, half-naked women. That is a reality that is not going to change no matter how much the feminists scream. So, to all the ladies out there, if you want to dress and act sexy, go ahead. That is your right, and it very well may help you get ahead in life, at least in some respects. But then, if you're trying to protest sexual harassment and you don't want men leering at you and catcalling you all the time, well, you might not want to dangle yourself out there in a manner that will only make men want to do it all the more. That's my 2 cents. Take it for what it's worth. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe. You can also hit the bell to ensure you're notified every time I upload a new video. This video was made possible by my patrons, Joshua Bartlett, James Schubach, and Hector Defendi. Thank you so much to all of you. If anyone else would like to donate and help ensure that I have the time and resources to keep putting out content, for just $1 a month on Patreon, you'll receive a shout out at the end of every video and a link to one of your social media platforms in the description. You can also follow me on Twitter, minds.com, VidMe, WordPress, and iTunes. Uploads are every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so stay tuned for more videos.
All right, Glenn. This exercise should help teach you self-control.
Here's this month's Victoria's Secret catalog.
Oh God, dead kittens, old nuns, really old nuns, Renee Zellweger. Oh, there we go.
Hey, good.